What's up, guys? My name's Zbricks, and welcome back to the Zbricks Podcast Show, Season 2. The Zbricks Show is a show where I interview different LEGO members of the online community, whether it's through YouTube or Instagram, and today I'm going to be interviewing Dalek Bricks. His YouTube channel and Instagram and social medias will all be linked down in the description below, but I'm going to give him a few seconds to advertise his channel.
Alright, what's going on, guys? It's Dalek Bricks here, and I am somewhat of a LEGO YouTuber. I have a YouTube channel just called Dalek Bricks, and we have 15,000 subscribers now, which is awesome. And so I just like to post just different LEGO-related content, whether it be like news, reviews, top 10s, hauls, any really LEGO-thing content is what I do. And then over my Instagram at Dalek Bricks, I just do a bunch of LEGO-related image posts, photography, and stuff like that.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing. So, as per usual, I'm going to start with a few starter questions. So the first one is, when did you start building with LEGO, and what were some of your first sets that you remember?
So yeah, I mean, like most kids, I just played with LEGO when I was very little, maybe like 3 or 4. And then I remember specifically, like, the first set that I remember, like, specifically picking up was I don't remember the set number, but it was like a 2008 little, like, $5 police car. And I remember that set really specifically, going to the LEGO store and seeing that one and really, really wanting to pick that one up. So, but yeah, like the 2007, 2008 sets, those were my first, like, real LEGO sets. So that would have been last, like, 4 or 5-ish. So yeah, it's been basically part of my life, and I've never had a dark age, and I'm not planning on going into any sort of dark age yet. So I've just kind of been playing with LEGO and building stuff all my life.
That's awesome. I remember one of the first few sets I got was, I can never remember my first LEGO set, but I can remember receiving a police helicopter from the city line.
Oh yeah,
as one of my first.
If it was the same wave, I might have had that one.
Yeah, it was
good stuff.
It was back when they were really blocky builds and stuff, though. Not nearly as good as they are today. But
yeah, right.
Yeah. So what really inspired you to create a YouTube channel, and when did you do that?
So I've been watching different YouTubers for a couple of years before I started my channel, and so big ones were Just Too Good, Bricks. I didn't really watch M&R Productions yet, but I started that a little bit after I started my channel. But yeah, Justin and Jang were the big two, and so yeah, in early 2016, I started getting this idea, like, hey, I should maybe start a channel. This would be pretty interesting, and one of my closest friends was into LEGO at the time, so we both decided on the same day that we would start a YouTube channel, and we both did. Unfortunately, he stopped posting like a year or 2 ago. He does have 20,000 subscribers, though, because he transitioned to like different LEGO video game content, so he's doing that now. But we both created our channels on the same day, and we posted similar content for about a year or so before he transitioned and all that like video game stuff. But I've just been continuing with the LEGO here, and yeah, Just Too Good is definitely my biggest inspiration, and you can definitely tell that whether it just be my original videos or my thumbnails, or even today, I think you can tell there's a lot of Just Too Good inspiration in my different videos. Yeah,
that's really great. I see a lot of people, or I hear from a lot of people too, that they say that Just Too Good and Jang Bricks inspired them. I started out watching the Brick Show, I believe, was one of the first few that I watched, and Jang Bricks too. And there was another one, I'm sure you've heard of them, they were called Artifacts Creations. They did stop motion.
Right,
yeah.
I used to watch them, but I haven't in a very long time.
Yeah, they stopped uploading some time ago.
Okay.
I don't know why they would have stopped, but who knows? It could be a variety of reasons. But those were the channels I started out watching. So that's pretty awesome. And that's cool that you and your friend made YouTube channels on the same day. That's really awesome. So
yeah, no. I was too scared for whatever reason. So I think he's technically like 1 day earlier. But yeah, we started at the same day, and we were like competing for a lot of the time, which is pretty fun. But yeah, hasn't uploaded in years.
That's really fun. Yeah, my best friend has been a huge part of my YouTube channel, and especially last year. If you'll remember, he was on the Zbricks Podcast Show with us in that Season 1. Gosh, that was a while ago. It's almost 2 years ago. It's almost 2 years. But
time flies, man.
Yeah, it really does. Especially right now, it's been flying by. But yeah, he's less involved with LEGO these days. But I'm gonna have him probably as a special guest on the show at one point this season. So that should be fun. But let's get into more Lego related stuff. So, what are some of your favorite themes?
It's been changing for a while now. I think like currently it's probably Harry Potter because the new 2020 stuff is absolutely just crazy good. And then 2018, 2019 were also pretty beautiful waves. But it was Marvel superheroes for a while. I think the last couple waves have been kind of crappy, so I haven't really liked that theme as much recently. Ideas is always one that's up there. I mean, my favorite Lego set is the Doctor Who set, and like the Ghostbusters set, and the DeLorean, the Yellow Submarine, the Voltron, the Saturn V, all that stuff is like A tier Lego to me. And then I don't know, like Star Wars is definitely up there, and the Creator Expert line. So definitely a huge variety. There's no like specific like I only like licensed themes or only like unlicensed themes. There's a pretty huge variety. That's like why Lego Ideas is probably one of my favorites because we only get a couple sets a year. They're some of the best that Lego makes, and they're just from a variety of different licenses.
Yeah, I always appreciate Lego Ideas because we get, like with Dimensions, we get licenses that you wouldn't think Lego would just make out of the blue. But since someone has uploaded this idea, they take that into consideration. That's not something they would usually do. Specifically, stuff like the Beatles. Yeah. They make a lot of great stuff, though, and the Doctor Who set was really great. I had that at one point. Unfortunately, I think I sold it a few years ago. But I wish I hadn't. I actually really regret that decision because it's such a great set.
It's not too expensive now. I think it was $60 retail, and I think it's only like $90, $100 now. So it's not too bad.
Yeah. I remember specifically buying that set. There's no Lego store near where I live. I think the closest one where I used to live was like an hour and a half, and I drove all that way to get the Doctor Who set. But I really like that model, and I really see great material come out of an Ideas set. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, they seem to always have their A team designers on that, which is always great.
Yeah. It's really really interesting building techniques on some of them too. I remember on the TARDIS, I was really surprised throughout the building process of that. I was not expecting it to be nearly as detailed as it was, and now with these fresher Ideas sets, they're even more complex and more amazing to look at. So.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. We're getting Sesame Street, and then I don't know what else is coming. That's the only thing I know that's coming.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for the next couple waves.
Yeah, I think they said are they making the piano too? Was that the other thing?
Yes, they are. Piano. There's at least one or two more. I don't remember though.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how they do that. I don't know.
Yeah, definitely.
What scale it'll be, but I'm guessing it's gonna.
It's gonna have to be pretty big to.
Yeah.
Have like motor functions and everything. I won't buy it.
I won't either.
Like $200 at least. So.
But yeah, I'm thinking it'll be. They're probably gonna come up with a new sound system for it. It'll probably have like Boost integrated or something. I don't know.
I don't know. It'll be interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I can't really see them making a Lego piano without putting the music in with it. So, we'll just see where things go.
Yeah. They're going to have to create either some sort of weird system for it. And that's, I mean, because it was in development, or like, they were figuring out if they could do it for a very, very long time. So, I think that maybe with like the Mario stuff, there's something more akin to that in there.
Yeah. Speaking of the Mario stuff, what do you think of that? What do you think of those new sets?
I actually like it a lot more than most people. I think it's really clever and creative for Lego to do. Obviously, I would prefer minifigure-based sets, but there's no way that they're not going to make those based on Mario and just all the other stuff in the Nintendo license. So I think that people are like freaking out a little bit too much. That it's like, oh, we're never going to get Mario minifigure sets. This is it. Like, no, they're coming. And I think it's something creative and interesting that Lego wanted to do. I know Nintendo, when they approached them about making Mario stuff, that they just wanted normal sets, but Lego actually wanted to do this weird, different Mario thing. But I think it's clever, it's creative. Lego likes to do these kind of innovation things, and I hope it takes off. I don't know if it will. I think a lot of consumers are going to see it and just be confused, basically, and just be like, why am I paying $60 for this little Mario thing? So
Yeah.
It'll be interesting, but I like it.
Yeah, I find it has quite a bit of charm to it with the overall design, and I think that I'll have to watch some reviews. I'll have to see some kind of quote unquote gameplay of it and see what it's all about, because I'm still a little bit confused myself. I think a lot of people are, but I think once I can't really make a decision for myself until I see it reviewed on someone's channel.
Yeah.
I don't know enough about it yet, and I don't think there's been quite enough revealed about the whole process of what the I don't know, is it like app integration, or is it like just a battery powered?
Justin did a video with the designer of it, and he did an interview, and that answered most of my questions. But there's some sort of app integration, but it's mostly based on the Mario thing, and I don't know, it's confusing, but it shouldn't be. I don't think it'll be too difficult once you have it. It's just they need to like show all the sets and show exactly how it works for a lot of people. I don't know why they're still waiting this long.
Yeah. Do you know if they released a what is it, the designer videos for those yet? I don't think they have.
No, I don't think they did.
Okay. I think that once that comes out, or if they release a designer video, they should show us how and that. But that shouldn't be too long away. So we'll just have to wait and see.
Months here, we'll figure out the rest of the sets, and hopefully we'll see some sort of a minifigure line.
Yeah, I think that a lot of people were really hoping for minifigures, and I think that that's why people were more disappointed with this. I think if people hadn't had those expectations going into it that we were getting a Lego Mario minifigure, I think that people would enjoy this more. But it's just my personal opinion.
This should have been a second to be revealed. They should have gone like minifigures. Here's a couple minifigure base sets. Then there's the weird Mario stuff. People would have been like, "Oh, it's more Mario." So, but I don't know. They're still coming.
Yeah, I'm thinking what they'll do is they'll release maybe minifigure packs later on down the year, or maybe beginning of next year, that can integrate with these models. I wouldn't be surprised if that's what they do, because while the scale would be somewhat off, I don't think it would be too far off for them to do something like that. Because I think it would be a little bit weird if they created minifig scale sets and these, whatever you'd call them, scale sets.
No,
but I don't see.
I don't think they'll. I think they'll create two different like types of sets, because you can see even with like the Harry Potter stuff, we have the micro scale Hogwarts, and we also have the couple like minifigure scale Hogwarts. Like they don't really care about scale too much. But
Yeah.
I think it'd be weird to have the tiny figures in the giant world.
Yeah,
Especially with like the Goombas and stuff, just like dwarfing the figs.
that's true. I hadn't thought about the scale of the other figures in comparison. But, yeah, I think that the brick-built figures they did for the Goomba, the Bowser, I think looks really good. But, I'm surprised by how well those turned out. Now, I can't say the same for the Mario outfits that you can change. I don't think they're good. But, I think that the figures overall were good.
But I think they're kind of expensive.
Yeah.
For $10 for just a couple pieces.
Yeah. Now, then again, I'll have to see how those really integrate, because we haven't received but like 10-second videos on each one on LEGO social media. But I think that maybe they'll have more value in terms of gameplay value. I still don't fully understand it, but like I said, I just have to wait and see.
They each like give a little bit of different functionality, which is nice, but I know all the suits, I don't think any of them except for the Fire Mario are actually like the right colors and the right like styles and everything, which is a little bit disappointing.
Yeah.
I'm not like a huge Mario like purist and everything, but I think that they should have at least got that stuff right.
Yeah.
But
I mean, they created a whole new hat mold for the cat ears, but they couldn't even make it kind of like a hood-like thing. Now, granted, it would look weird on the Brick Mario, but they still could have accomplished it, I'm sure. It's just awkward. But, anyways, what other new themes are you interested in, or modern themes?
I mean, the Monkey Kid stuff just came out like a week or so ago now, but I think it's okay. I think it's overpriced, and that's what's like stopping me from wanting to get all the sets. And I'm just really disappointed that there's no like $10 or $20 set, because I would have picked that up right away. But the cheapest is $35, and it's really overpriced. I think that's a $20 set there. So, yeah, and I'm just not a big fan that it's not coming like Targets or Walmarts or anything. It's a Lego store exclusive, which is stupid. Because the theme, I think the sets itself are great, even though some of them are overpriced. But I don't know. I think that they should have had some smaller sets in the wave, and they should have like let it go to Targets and Walmart, so it could A, get clearance, and B, more people could see how great of a theme this is.
Yeah.
Because I know some people are calling it a Ninjago killer, which I would be fine with, because I'm not the hugest fan of Ninjago. But it's obviously it's not going to do that if it's only at Lego stores. So
yeah, I don't think I don't want to get this heated into a Ninjago monkey killing whatever it's called conversation, because I've seen way too much of that and I'm sick of that. But
yeah, they definitely.
I don't think that Ninjago's going anytime soon. I mean, Tommy Andreasen, I believe, has said several times that it's continued. It's going at least through 2021, so it can have its 10-year anniversary.
Oh yeah.
But
yeah, it's gonna stick around a lot longer.
I think that Ninjago will. I think that, because like the AFOLs of this time, they look back on themes like Classic Space and all those themes with nostalgia and classic pirates. I think that for people of our generation, it'll be more like Lego Ninjago, Lego Power Miners, stuff like that. Because, I mean, that's what I think we grew up with. I remember Power Miners was one of the first. It was the first set I bought with my own money, was a Power Miners set. But, yeah, I don't think Monkey Kid's gonna kill Ninjago or any other themes.
No,
I think it'll stick around, but I don't know.
And Hidden Side is rumored to be done, which is weird.
Yeah.
Because if that happens, it means that they kind of messed up marketing it with the box design that I think is awful. I mean, I think the box art itself I think is good, but it doesn't get the idea of the product across at all. So it would be pretty disappointing if this is it for Hidden Side, because I never even bought a single set, and I don't know. They should hopefully do more with that.
Yeah, I love the Hidden Side sets, but. And while, like, from an artist standpoint, I think the box art looks really good, and it's kind of inspiring me to maybe do something like that for a, kind of just like a custom art piece for Lego. But I think that they really messed up with this latest wave, because if you look at the ghosts and stuff, they're not even the same type of ghosts. They've got this stupid side plot with, as Just Too Good calls it, the Slender Ghoul, the Slender Man thing. It's like, what are they even doing anymore?
I mean, I like that they're trying to innovate with different types of ghosts and stuff, but none of the sets have really blown me away except for the bus from last wave, which I'll probably pick up if it goes on sale. But yeah, I don't know. I think that they should have innovated it a little bit more. I think it's getting stale after only 3 waves, which kind of sucks. Yeah, like a lot of different Lego themes will go on for years and just they'll keep innovating and keep changing it up a little bit. But it's gotten stale. I don't know what to say.
Yeah. I think that there's a few good sets this wave. Like, I like contrary to what a lot of people think, I like the race car, the Supernatural race car, quite a bit. I love all the little designs they used for techniques and stuff. And I like the fire truck. But other than that, I really am not too excited. I think they should do more building related sets. Because, like,
yeah,
I think the charm
with the school
with
and everything.
I think the charm
like,
with
easily pinnacle.
What?
I was saying that the school and everything was like the pinnacle of Hidden Side.
Yeah.
Those sets easily do the best. The lighthouse too.
Yeah, the building based sets, because there's such a charm to the idea of like a small ocean town. Like, it makes me think of Jaws or something like that. Like, you think of like a little Amity town, and it's got these old like buildings and stuff, and everything's like, there's nothing too modern about it, but there's such a charm to like the aesthetic and design of these buildings.
Right.
And then when they go and they just make a fire truck or they just make a race car, yeah, it's cool, but it doesn't really have that charm to it like the school had.
We get those in Lego City, so what's the point?
Yeah. or even the Shrimp Shack. I think the Shrimp Shack is one of my favorite ones because
That one was awesome.
it's just in the color scheme too. I love all the neutral colors they use. It just really makes for great models. But
yeah, they should do stuff like that in Lego City more often, except for like they're doing the planes and stuff this summer, which I don't think are good at all. But they're like, instead of doing all that, just do like the restaurants, the schools, the stuff we never get, and just do like a more detailed version. I know that's kind of what they're trying to do for Creator Expert, is like the more detailed city, but it's just they got to do that stuff in City. I think it's more important than a lot of the not as good stuff that they're doing right now.
yeah, I think that City has released so much of the same stuff over the years because they're like, this sells well with the kids. They know the kids will buy the new police station, the new police cars, there's so many police cars. But they, I think they just have yet to realize that kids are still interested in sets like a zoo or a restaurant or a school.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, like, right, the fire and police stuff, it's important. A lot of kids like it. But when I was younger, I would have loved, like, a restaurant or something. And, like, more of, like, the gas station from 2016, I think, is one of the best Lego City sets of all time, except for it's, like, it retails for double what it should be.
Yeah.
But, like, stuff like that, when I was a lot younger, I would have loved. But they never, for some reason, end up making sets on them.
Yeah. I think that Lego makes good city sets. I think they just need to make different city sets.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I won't say that the sets they make look bad. In fact, I think this newest police station they did is one of the better ones I've seen in a while. The newer police station and the newer fire station. I'm trying to think. The new police station from this year, from January 1st. I think that is one of the best police stations they've made in a long time. Because it isn't just a garage, like 99% of Lego police stations. It's actually got a really spacious, large building. It's got a few small vehicles, but they're not like the overwhelming majority of the police station. And they also made that tuning workshop, too. The mechanic shop, I think that was a pretty great set, but it had so many vehicles. A little too many, but I think that...
Yeah, I feel like it's getting a little bit too simplistic nowadays, which is kind of lame, because I mean, some sets, I think the 2020 police station is pretty good, and some of the larger sets like that, but just in general, a lot of the different sets are getting a little bit too simplistic, which I think is kind of sad, but I get it. It's a younger audience. That's who's buys City. But, like, as an older fan, I just want to see the more detailed stuff, right?
Yeah. The one thing that I've found to be the main driving force of that scenario is the age range on most of the new City sets is 6+. And I think that they're going too simple with their age range. I think that at 6 years old, I don't think many kids are building these $100 Lego City sets.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know for certain. I mean, when I was 6, I wasn't building these ginormous Lego sets. Yeah. I mean, man, I was... I think my first big Lego set that I remember getting was the Brickbeard's Bounty. Not the old, like, Barracuda ship, but the Brickbeard's Bounty from, what was it, maybe 2012 or something? I have no clue.
That was the one that Lego Buff named.
Yeah, it had the, I don't even know how to describe it. It's a really nice set, though. But, I mean, most pirate ships are the same these days. I really love the new Barracuda Bay set. I won't get it, but I think that it's really nice that Lego's been more original with their ideas, especially this year. I've seen some original stuff, and I can appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, for ideas this year, I'm really hoping for the SpongeBob one. I think like a $200 UCS Krusty Krab, like one of the ideas is that would be perfect. We could get some Zelda stuff, which would be pretty awesome. Yeah. And then what else is in the review?
There's the Tesla Cybertruck. That's what I want.
Yeah. That would be awesome. I don't think it's gonna happen.
No, I doubt it. But that would be really epic.
That's Nick's design, and I could say that I know a Lego designer. But
Yeah.
I want to look at the different 2020 sets.
Yeah, there's a ton of, I mean, an absolute ton of sets that they could pick from. And I think that most of them are really good. As long as we don't get another space set, I'm fine. I'm sick of space sets.
Yeah, I think we get too many. I understand that a lot of them are really good, but we do get too many. They just need to make a space theme.
Yeah, they just... Oh, man. And they're all micro scale, too. It's... Like,
Yeah,
I love
it's
the
hard
new
to make
space
this stuff simple
station,
as
but
good.
it's like, I really don't want this set. And it makes me really think, 10,000 people supported this because it looked good, but were 10,000 people really thinking that we want this to take up one of our yearly idea slots? I don't get it. Because, I mean, they can only make us,
like a lot of the space
no.
stuff. I think they do make some pretty good display pieces, but some of these sets, I don't understand how they get the support. I mean, besides that, they're just like a cool looking mock, like the micro scale Rome. It's a awesome mock. That's one of the results coming later this year. But I don't know who would buy that as a set. It's just a micro scale Rome. It's a cool build. It's awesome to see like at a convention or on the internet or something. But it's just, I don't think anyone would want to buy that.
Yeah, I think that it's, like you said, I think that's something that should be on display somewhere. It's not a... And, I mean, how big is that set? Jeez. They would have to make it extremely small to even make it feasible as a model.
The people who voted for it that actually wanted to buy it, they probably would say it's too small. So.
And the thing that really gets me is the people who make the modular buildings. Yes, they're cool, but have you not realized that you've already had 50 unaccepted modular buildings? So why are you making another one?
I feel like there's too many. They're so cool, and I love them, but just Lego's going to do that as their modular set.
Yeah.
I don't get it. But for the stuff coming later this year, I definitely want SpongeBob. The Globe is one of my favorites. Futurama, I'm really, really hopeful for. I don't think it's going to happen. And then I'd say Chitty Chitty Bang Bang or Mary Poppins are my favorites. And the Bowling Alley.
I'm really hoping for the Bowling Alley, the slightly unfeasible Cybertruck, and probably the Mary Poppins, too. Not a huge fan of Mary Poppins, but I absolutely love the set design, and I think that'd be a really cool display piece.
I don't know if it's it's like relevant right now, but I guess Sesame Street isn't really, so they could go Mary Poppins.
But
I like the Coraline House a lot too, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah, I really wish that ideas like because I've submitted a few things over the times. None have really gotten many supporters, but they're more just things I want. And most of them aren't even accepted, and I'm surprised by that. Because I don't agree with the things they accept as a company. I feel like you make something that is 100% innocent, and they just don't accept the license. And it's not because they don't have it, but it's because there's one scene in this 2-hour-long movie that has someone, like, drinking, so you can't have it as a set. So, I don't know. I wish that they would come out with more, like, not just, like, straight up, like, kids licenses. I like what they've come up with, the 18-plus line, and I have a lot of hope for that. I'm thinking that we could get some more adult-themed Lego sets. Not, like adult themed, like, you know what I'm talking about. But we could get some...
Yeah, I mean, like the Stranger Things,
Yeah, we could get more, like, Stranger Things licenses. Stuff like that. And I think that, I guess the proper way to put it is we could just get, like, more PG-13 licenses. We don't have to get just Marvel and Star Wars as our licensed themes. We could get some better licenses.
They seem to be like realizing the pull that they have for A-falls and T-falls and stuff like that. So hopefully they do move more into that.
Yeah. Like I said, I have a lot of hope for that.
When I was talking about my start on YouTube, it's actually technically started on Lego Ideas, funny enough. And because back in like 2014 maybe, I got a Lego Ideas account and posted a couple projects. None of them got more than 100 supporters, but that's technically how I started, and that's where the name 101 Dalek came from, which I eventually changed to Dalek.
Yeah. I think that Lego Ideas is a great place for Lego inspiration, And I think that Lego Ideas inspires a lot of my mocks. Just scrolling through the newest ones, the ones that have reached 10,000, it's like, ooh, that's cool. I think that on Lego Ideas, if they would allow more licenses, maybe they don't have to accept every single set, or they can turn it down if it's like gratuitous or something. But they could at least accept most licenses for people to publicly share their mocks. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that would be a neat thing. Because, I mean, in the past, there was stuff that they accepted that, I mean, they had the licenses for that theme. There was already a set. Like, specifically, I remember the Lego Elsa's Castle, Ice Castle, on Lego Ideas. And it reached 10,000 support over, like, I don't know, like 2 years or something. And they already had a Lego Elsa's Ice Palace out. But somehow this set was available on Ideas, and it made it to 10,000 supporters. Now, obviously, they didn't make it into a set. They already had one that was being sold in stores. But it's still interesting that they've switched to being so strict on what you can post there. I don't understand it, but then again, no one really does.
Just, they're trying to like only make like so they don't have to like get to 10,000 that they absolutely couldn't make like for licensing or because they already have the license or because it's inappropriate or whatever. So I know that's something that Ashton Flash talks a lot about because he had some form of DC show. I don't remember what it was exactly. That wasn't allowed, but they allowed like some other brickhead slip through the cracks, so he's upset about that. But I think that they're trying their best, and because it's a big site, there's a lot of different projects, and I really think that they have to they might need to move up the 10,000 supporter whatever it's called, I don't know, 10,000 supporter milestone to maybe like 15,000 because I think that there's too many projects getting through.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when there were maybe like 2 or 3 projects that made it into review stage. And now, how many are there in this one? Like 20?
Yeah, there's like 27 or something. It's crazy.
Insane that there's that many.
I mean, it's not a bad thing. It means that we're going to get more Lego Idea sets, which isn't upsetting. But I don't love all the projects in it. I think some of them just straight up shouldn't have made it. I mean, they're cool builds, but like the Rome, I don't think would be that interesting. It was a set and it's like the little farm vignette thing. I know it's from a video game, but I think it's a cool build and probably awesome to the fans of that video game. But I don't think it's gonna deserve to be in the review.
Yeah.
But
oh, I've got a question. What do you think? Oh, I don't know if you've played the game or if you've watched content on it. What do you think of the Untitled Goose Game Ideas project?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
I thought you said the Animal Farm one, and I was like, I didn't know there was an Animal Farm one. But
the Untitled Goose Game.
Oh yeah, the Untitled Goose Game. I don't think it'll ever pass. But the fact that it got 10,000 supporters is pretty great. I mean, that's pretty funny. Because I think it's more of a meme than it is an actual serious project. Kind of like with the Cybertruck. Like, I know that Cybertruck is a serious project. It's a seriously great-looking project. But I think that it's fueled... The supporters for it, it's fueled more by memes than by looks. And I think that... I'm surprised that many sets like that get through like that. But I'm happy with it because we might get a Cybertruck. So we'll just have to wait and see.
I mean, yeah, you got the M&R Productions and the Just Too Good project.
Yeah, that's pretty great.
Supporters.
Yeah. I'm sure that'll hit 10,000 supporters. Now, whether or not it'll become a Lego set, I guarantee it won't. But I'm sure it'll hit 10,000.
His whole thing is Twitch, and they wouldn't allow that.
Yeah.
Ryan's could, if it hits 10,000, but I think he and Justin are both honestly too niche for a total Lego set.
Yeah. I don't think, obviously,
if
a lot of people know that I have...
Based on Lego YouTubers, they have to go someone big, but not even a Lego YouTuber, just like PewDiePie or something. But
they've got to go big, but they won't, they won't allow PewDiePie anyways.
Yeah, I don't know, Lego YouTube would be kind of interesting, but
yeah,
if it's ever going to happen.
Yeah, I would be interested to see some YouTuber-based stuff, but then the thing is, like, what would they even make based on a YouTuber? What would they make, like a minifigure? You can't, like, maybe a giant, like a bust? I have no clue. because I mean, really, what the YouTubers do is they sit there at a desk, especially someone like PewDiePie. Well, not PewDiePie. He sits on the floor now, but floor game. Yeah, but yeah, it's. I think that the ideas is getting kind of out of whack. Things are kind of hectic there right now, but
yeah. I still am a big fan. I like it. I think it creates some of the best Lego sets and the most interesting licenses, but I'm still waiting for a full Doctor Who theme. It's never gonna happen, but I want it to.
Yeah, I think that if they were to make anything else on that, it would be a CMF series. But then again, I doubt they would ever do that.
Yeah, because they only do 3 a year, and that's a big slot to waste. So.
Yeah. Well, it's not a waste, but it wouldn't get as many sales, I don't think. It's not a waste. I
feel like if they let their projects about, or their rule about they don't do exclusives anymore, I think it wouldn't have been unlikely for them to do a European exclusive like Doctor Who series when like series 11 came out or something.
Yeah. Because they made
that would have been awesome.
They made the DFB series and the London Olympics team series, or I don't even know what that's called. I don't want to butcher it.
It's just called the London Olympics series.
Yeah. But, I mean, I would like to see more exclusive stuff like that. I don't know if they still do that. I don't know if they have a rule against it.
No, they don't. They stopped after the first couple Chinese New Year sets.
Oh.
They said that they're no longer going to do any sort of exclusives except for like San Diego Comic-Con and stuff like that. Which is good because I like getting that stuff in America, but it's like it could have led to some interesting different licenses and stuff, but I'm just annoyed that we never got the Chinese New Year like diner set apartment thing. That still never came to the US, which is
I absolutely love that set. The house or whatever it was, that's such a great set. And I totally would have gotten it, but unfortunately no, we didn't get it. So, but anyways, I think that's actually a good note to end this on. We've been going for about 38 minutes, so close to 40 minutes. So thank you for being on the show. It's been really awesome having you.
Yeah, of course, man. Appreciate you inviting me on here.
Of course. And a few other things. So, just to note, last week's episode we had Maniac for Bricks. So go watch that if you haven't already. It's a lot of fun. It was a really great episode. We actually talked for about 2 hours, but I was able to cut it down to a 40-minute video for y'all. So I really hope y'all enjoy it. Yeah, that was an interesting video, to say the least.
It's long.
Yeah.
I couldn't talk for that long.
Oh man, it was crazy. We had to record the same video 3 times. So I really hope that y'all don't take that video for granted. That was 2 hours worth of effort, and Joey had to say the same thing 3 times. So I really hope y'all enjoy that video. Next week we are having our bricks, so check that out whenever that comes out. That'll be on. Well, it'll just be next Saturday, noon and Central Time. And yeah, that's about it for updates on the series. I hope you all have a great day and a wonderful week, and I will see you all next week. Zbricks out.